Okay, this is take 2. Let's try this again. Hopefully everybody hops back on. I have no idea what happened. Hi, Brenda. I don't know what happened. So hopefully everybody hops back on. I don't know. Never can tell. It might be our weather. I don't know. So hopefully everyone comes back. So this is what we've got so far. I hated losing everybody. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Joanne. For those of you, this is take 2. I don't know what happened to the first one. Hi, Melissa. Hi again. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Before everything went crazy. You gotta love it. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so those of you who just hopped on, we're making a snowman, and we're making it out of one of these big ornaments. So I used a marker and did these triangles or diamonds down the front, and we put a skewer in the top for a head. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I just lost everybody, had to restart. Yeah, I don't know. So, but this is what we're making. This is these big ornaments that you can buy. Yes, Annette, you found me live. So I posted a schedule yesterday of what I'm doing all week. Hi, Kay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But this is where we left off when everything went crazy. So I got the eyes and the nose. You thought it was replay? No, you got me live. So what I have is, now that I lost my total train of thought, I have this embossed velour. Can you see that? And this is what I'm using for his hat and his scarf. Now this was a shirt that I picked up, I believe, at a thrift shop. And I only bought it because of the fabric, because I loved that. But I thought on him it would look really nice. Now his arms is just a long tube. Now how I measured this, I took my ornament and I just wrapped, well, measuring tape around to see how long I wanted his arms to be. And this is 25 inches in diameter, so this is about 28 inches long, and it's just a tube. And I need to turn this. Now this is a, these are called turning tubes. You get them in different sizes. They come in a pack, and it's just a plastic tube and like a dowel rod. And I got it from Amazon. But you put the big plastic tube inside, and then you take the dowel rod and you push it through. You just hold it in there, and then you just pull it out through. And it makes turning extremely easy. So those I got on Amazon. I think it was like 3 or 4 different sizes. And it comes with a tiny, tiny one for little small arms. So this is what, as I was saying when we lost each other, I posted a link today, and it was for a foam tubing. Now, in the picture, it shows black, but if you click on it, you can get it different sizes. This is white. Now, this is not 25 inches long. This is 20 inches long, because we just need it for the arms, and I want the excess fabric to be gathered on the arms. But this is what we're using for inside of our tube here. And this is bigger around, at least half again, because I want it to be big. Now you can stuff your arm and you can use wire to make it bend. What I'm going to do is just push it in until I have equal amounts hanging over on both sides. And we have an arm. Simple, easy. I don't want it to be form-fitting to the tube because I want it to be gathered. No, Jody, I died. Everything froze and I had to go out and back in. So no, we're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up here and find the center. And that's where I'm gluing, right behind the hanger on the bulb. And I'm just going to glue it right there. So the arms is going behind this hanger and the head's going in front of it. Hi, Regina. No, and I'm getting a sore throat because I was outside a lot today. I don't know if that had something to do with it or my sinuses are messing up. I don't know. But I have been sick more this year than I've ever in my life been. I'm just going to hold this for a second and let this catch. So we're making a snowman, Regina. And I'm going to show you 2 ways that my husband always says, oh, I like what you made when I show it to him when we're done. But this, when I did it last night, I showed him 2 different ways that I thought I could display this. And he said, oh my God, I love that. So, yeah, he's never said that before. So we're going to take our head. And in that little opening we left, and we can always cut an opening if it's not wide enough. And I'm going to shove it right over top. I'm going to shove it between the cardboard we put in the head and the fiber fill. So, did that close up? It did close up. So I'm going to make a tiny little snip. Now you can give him a lot of personality if you want his face to be crooked. There we go. And I'm pulling this head between that hanger and the skewer. I want it to go all the way down, touching the body. See how cute he's going to be? And then I'm going to glue it. I'm going to pull his head up and put some glue on the dowel, and then behind the skewer and in front of it. And just push this right down on top of there. So see, the head is in front of the hanger and the arms are behind the hanger. Thank you. I know, Jody, this year I've been sick more than ever. Thank you. So this is just a big ornament. Now I got these ornaments from work. Somebody left a ton of Christmas ornaments last year, and these have been in my what am I going to do with container, because I didn't want to hang them or use them. Well, last year we didn't even decorate. So I knew I wanted to make something with them, but this year Snowman came to mind. Thank you, Sharon. So I'm going to bring the arms around and glue them just about there. So I do that a lot. I'll see something and think, oh, I can do something with that, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then the idea comes to me at some point. I was cleaning my room out the other day, and I came across these. And as soon as I saw them, I thought, oh, those are my good snowman bodies. So see, you just have to wait till the inspiration hits. Sometimes it takes a while. Thank you. So see, his eyes are off center. So you can give these guys a lot of personality by the way you put the eyes on. You can tilt the head, the way you put the nose. You can give them a lot of personality. The way you put the mouth on. And that's with a doll, anything you're making. Okay. So we're going to lay him down, and I'm going to make his mouth, and I'm just using a marker. I always seem to be able to do my mouths better if I'm doing them upside down. I don't know why. So I'm using just regular blush for the cheeks. There it goes. And I'm using a real fine point. This is extra fine for the eyebrows. Now the other one I didn't give eyebrows to, but this one I am. So I let the dolls tell me what they want. So I can have a whole assembly line going here, making these, a whole bunch of them, and everyone will look different. So there you go. See the mouth? Can you see the eyebrows? And I gave a couple little lashes. So these are going to come around, but we're not going to finish the hands until we do our light, because he's going to be holding a light. But the other one's holding an ornament that I made. This one is holding a light. So we're going to set him up here, and we're going to take his hat. So I'm just going to measure this to make sure I'm having it going the right way. Because one side's larger than the other. Okay. So all I'm doing is folding this over a little bit. And I'm going to run a bead of glue the whole length of it. And just fold this right over and rub it together. So those of you that didn't that hopped on late, I'll show you a finished one, because I had this idea as I was cleaning out my supply room, and I kept thinking about it. I even dreamt about this thing. So there. That's him. Now this ornament has little like balls on it. The other one has diamonds. So I'm gonna let that set up a little bit. Cut this straight. Okay, now I'm gonna flip this right side out, and we're gonna put it on his head. Now I have this that I'm going to use for his fur around the hat and around his sleeves. See, I have another piece of it. And this is a jacket that I cut apart. I have thread everywhere. I'm working on memory bears, so I have thread everywhere. So let me make sure I get that the right width, because we need another piece of this. Oh, I gotta have to have Tony sharpen these up. Back home, I used to pay $20 for every pair of scissors and almost $30 for pinking shears, and now I save money by him doing it. So I'm just going to glue this on. Hi, Armetta. Oh, thank you. I sent you a message back today. Thank you, Barbara. So you can make some really nice things with fabric if you don't sew. Ouch! Don't stick your fingers in the glue though. I got burned last night when I was doing this. If you're going to use a glue tool, you're going to lose your fingerprints. Hi, Sheila. Wow. Okay, let's slip this on his head. Stick that together, those ends. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right above his eyebrows to stick the front of this on. Hi, Donna. Oh, you've started counting them? I got quite a few. I think we were doing that one time on your video. How many times you got? Now in the back, I'm pulling this down a little bit further on his head. And then I'm just going to put little dots on the sides to hold it. And we're going to put some fiber fill inside of this hat. 15. Ouch. Yeah, this one got me right on the inside of my finger. Okay. So let's put some fiber fill inside. Now I'm only putting fiber fill right on the inside of this fur that I put on, and that's just going to make this fluff up some. So I'm just working it in right along the top of his head. We might have to glue that a little bit more. And all this does is just make the top of his head, this hat, a little bit fluffier. Okay, we need to glue this a little bit more. Yeah, that time it really got my finger. Does that need glued? Right there. And I'm gathering his hat right above that fiber fill, making sure that all the wrinkles or all of the pleats on it is good. And what I'm gathering this with is just a strip of the fabric. Well, why is it I lose something every single video? So we're going to cut part of this. I know, right? Something is wrong if you're using a glue tool and you don't stick your finger in it. And I'm just tying this off right here. So we're going to pull this over on the side and we're going to gather it, tie it one more time. Sit him down here, maybe that'll help. There. So you can make these hats as long as you want or as short as you want. You can make them, take the sleeve of a sweater and where the ribbing is on the wrist, make that where the fur is on his hat and make a toboggan. So I'm just tying this in a knot, and all it is a piece of that fabric. And then the ends, I'm just going to fringe. So this is going to have long fringes. So I'm just matching the back and front and cutting 2 at a time. So see, you can use clothing as your fabric, because if you went and bought this embossed velour, it would be very, very expensive. And I think I only paid $2 for this shirt. So I always look for clothing that is a little different when I'm in thrift shops, because I have found some beautiful fabrics. So we're just going to glue this right along the side of his hat, right where that knot is. Oh, on my other page, I forget what I was making, and my glue gun tool wasn't wasn't working right. So glue was just coming out the end, and it got me on the wrist. I had 3rd-degree burn. It took 3 weeks for that to heal. I still have a scar. It was awful. Yeah, these things are not fun. So I'm just going to fluff that up. There's his hat. And I'm going to put the same trim around his sleeves. No, I don't. Everything, I sell it. I have some things that I've made, some dolls and things that I made when I had my store. I still have those things, but for the most part, nope, I don't keep them. My mother actually has more of my stuff than I do. My daughter has a ton of it. Nope, I sell it. And now I'm in a shop, so is that what it is? A serious crafter, huh? So there he is so far. So I have a long piece of this for a scarf. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to wrap it around his neck twice. I think it's long enough for that. Oh, it's plenty long enough. And then I'm just going to tie it off to the side. And fringe this also. Ow, a stapler. And my granddaughter, one of them, she's an extreme girly girl. If she doesn't think she looks right, it doesn't matter what you say. She has to look right. And she was watching me make something when we were staying at their house when we first moved down here. And she said, she scolded me, "Nanny, you need to quit using your fingernails and go get those nails done." Her nails are extremely long. She has them done that way. I couldn't wear those things. I used my fingers. I used my nails. But yeah, she was like quite upset with me. Okay, so there's the scarf. So we're going to put a hanger on him. And I'm using jute for his hanger. So let's see how long we need this. Now he could be hung, or that's really blistering. Let's work on his. So this is just a tree branch that I took different lengths of pine and just twisted around. You get these at Dollar Tree. And that is going on the front of the candle stand. The candle is going behind. So I'm not gluing the tree to the candle because it has to come out for batteries and stuff. I'm only gluing it right to the stand. Let's see what that, yeah. I took some rusty jingle bells and put them on jute, and I'm going to put them on this tree. And I have a rusty star that I'm putting on the top. Hi, Melissa. Oh, thank you. Hi, Mimi. So I'm just holding this to make sure that glue catches on that. So we're going to take these jingle bells. I think I have 6 of them on there, and I'm just going to glue this jute around the tree as a garland. I'm going to hold that while that still sets up. Oh, thank you for sharing me out. I appreciate that. So I'm going to move these bells up as I go. And I still have the needle threaded here just in case I needed to add some more. So I figured 2 bells per branch, maybe. Let's fix that. There we go. Yeah. If I miss any of your comments, I do go back and read all the comments after my videos. So if you ask a question and I missed it, I will get it and respond. I'm not even sure I needed this jute. Maybe. So I'm just gluing all these little bells to the branches. So if you put all your bells or your stars, whatever, on your jute all at one time, then you can spread it out. It goes a little bit quicker. So I don't think I'm going to have to put any more on here. I'm going to glue that shoot in behind the tree. So there's our little tree. So I haven't exactly figured out how I'm putting this in his hands yet, but I want to pull his sleeves up just to that foam is almost to the end, and then I'm going to glue this sleeve closed, and that's going to give some gathers on his sleeves. Thank you. Thank you. So before we put the candle in, I'm thinking I'm just going to glue this. Let me put him up on the table. So if I put his hands like that. Yep. Let's glue this to the front of his body. That puppy's smoking now. It's really hot. Let's see how far down that tree needs to go. There. And then I'm going to just take his hands and glue right to the top of the tree, right on that candlestick that we put the tree on. A toddler. I've had plenty of them sitting on my lap. So there he is. The candle will go in there. Okay, so he can hang, but I have another idea. And this is when my husband said, "Oh my God." Okay, stick together there. Thank you, Annette. So here's the first one I did. Let me scoot back so you guys can see. Sitting him inside of a wreath. Thank you. Yeah. So I have this wreath, a more primitive look. And then I have this wreath, and it has all the, like, the sparkly on it. And sitting inside of there. This is the one my husband liked. So this is more like a wintry type wreath because it's glittered branches, and then it has all those gems on it. But then you can hang it too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this is what I did in red. And this is the, now I'm going to put all over him this glittered pearls. This is deco art. It makes it shine just like glitter, but glitter is evil. I don't like it. This one has it on. Can you see the shine on him? So I put it on his nose and his hat and down the front of his body. Yes, Kay, I like the white wreath too. It makes it look more wintry. I don't know what's going on tonight. Made you nervous? I don't blame you. So this one is just holding a Noel sign I made with wood. Yes, and all they are is the big ornaments. So you can get those big ornaments at Dollar Tree. They're not this decorative. They're just plain. But even the plain one, I have a red one that is just plain from Dollar Tree that I'm going to make a Santa on. But there you go. If I quit throwing him around, he won't lose his candle. But this is the snowman. So the link is on my page for this foam that is inside his arms. And next week, I have a really cute project coming up with that foam. So, or you can just stuff the arms and use wire inside to make them bend. Yes, the way you do their eyes and their eyebrows and their mouths and putting the nose at an angle, it all gives them character. Can you see that blister forming on my finger? That's nice. Thank you. Thank you, Armetta. So, this is tonight's project. And there's the first one. He was the test run. To see if I could pull the idea out of my head. Sometimes I can't do that. So he just has homespun for a hat. Thank you for the red hearts. I appreciate that. I'm glad you all like this. This is just, you know, sometimes when you're just cleaning stuff out and all these ideas start popping in your head about stuff you're finding. Thank you. Those are the best ideas. And like I said, I've had these balls since last Christmas, and I knew I wanted to do something different, and I didn't know what. So this is waiting on this Christmas to make them. So God bless you. Have a great night. Thank you. You can. The covering for water pipes, you can use it. It's just a bigger diameter. You're going to have bigger arms. And it only comes black. This also comes in a white. But you can also get smaller rolls of this. The one I posted, I think, is really a big roll. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, now Wednesday night, I've had several of you wanting me to show you how to make fabric out of all the scrap fabric. I've been telling you to save all the tiny little pieces, all your threads. We're making it on Wednesday night, and we're doing a turkey. So, yeah, if you want to learn how to take all that scrap stuff I've been telling you not to throw away and put it to good use, that's what we're doing on Wednesday night. I lost you over here. Hi, Sandra. So this is tonight's project. So you can take these balls and make characters out of them. So now I got all kinds of ideas. I have to go find some more. So God bless you. Have a wonderful night. And I will see you on Wednesday.